In this video, we will show you how to install the SR brake lever blade by oak components compatible with SRAM brakes. The video demonstrates the installation for the following models: Maven, Ultimate and Silver, Code Stealth, Ultimate and Silver, Level Stealth, Ultimate and Silver, Code, Guide and G2, Ultimate and RSC. For instructions on the remaining models, follow the link that is shown. The following tools are required for the installation: Torx 25, pliers with a clamping width of 3 to 4 mm, preferably narrow. Needle nose pliers or round nose pliers with narrow tips are perfect. Pliers for gripping the adjustment screw, thread locker, preferably low strength or medium strength, a piece of cloth, the assembly tools that are included with the Oak SR brake lever blade set, a 2.5 mm hex key, Torx 10. Additionally, we recommend a plastic tray to securely catch small parts. The installation can be carried out directly on the handlebar. Loosen the handlebar clamp of the master cylinder with the Torx 25 and bring it to a vertical starting position. Tighten the handlebar clamp hand tight. To remove the standard lever blade, loosen the two lever blade pivot screws with the Torx 10 and remove the lever blade. Caution: the disassembled small parts are not available from Oak and must be reused. Take the supplied assembly aid. The screw and washer are threaded through the counter holder and then screwed into the thread barrel. Ensure a good fit of the counter holder and start pressing out the thread barrel using the 2.5 mm hex key. Place the plastic tray underneath to catch small parts. Completely remove the thread barrel from the standard lever blade and set it aside safely with the spring. Screw the adjustment mechanism as far in as possible, so that the head of the adjustment screw is close to the lever blade. Grip the flat areas of the threaded rod with the narrow pliers. A secure grip is important here, as the surfaces are very small. Take a cloth around the second pair of pliers and use it to grip the adjustment screw. Now loosen the screw connection. This is a standard right hand thread. If you look down at the screw, turn counterclockwise. Make sure both pairs of pliers are securely positioned. Due to the applied thread locker, more force may be needed. Completely unscrew the adjustment nut from the threaded rod. After the initial loosening, this can be done by hand without the second pair of pliers. Then, fully unscrew the threaded rod from the cross nut bolt and set it aside. Remove the cross nut bolt and the flat spring and set them aside. Insert the cross nut bolt into the Oak SR. Then snap the flat spring onto the cross nut bolt. Ensure the correct alignment of the components relative to each other. Then screw the threaded rod into the cross nut bolt. Apply some thread locker to the adjustment nut. Grip the flat areas of the threaded rod with the appropriate pliers and screw on the adjustment nut. Hand tightening in combination with a thread locker may be sufficient, but we recommend increasing the torque by using pliers. Finally, check the locking mechanism's function. Insert the actuator and return spring into the Oak SR brake lever blade as shown in the video, and slide the guide bushing through the components to hold them in the lever blade. Now, thread the assembly aid through the guide bushing of the entire lever blade assembly and check its fit in the lever blade. Screw the thread barrel unit until it sits flush with the lever blade surface. Insert the pressure support into the lever blade as shown and ensure it is seated properly. Caution: the pressure support must sit perfectly to effectively prevent the lever blade from bending. Now, carefully screw the 2.5 mm hex key screw into the bushing to press the bushing into the lever blade. The bevels on the lever blade guide the bushing. Regularly check the seating of the pressure support during pressing. To ensure a centered seating of the bushing in the lever blade, frequently check the distance of both sides of the lever blade to the bushing. If you have pressed the bushing too far, the assembly aid can be used from the other side to pull the bushing back slightly. Always use the pressure support. Check the free movement of the spring and actuator in the lever blade. Apply some thread locker to the thread of the bushing in the lever blade. Insert the lever blade into the master cylinder and ensure the correct seating of the spring. When installing the SR on level stealth brakes, make sure that the push rod is inserted back into the master cylinder as shown in the video. Align the lever blade and master cylinder coaxially and screw in the fastening screws. This can be done manually or with the Torx 10, depending on preference. Tighten the fastening screws. Loosen the handlebar clamp with the Torx 25 and adjust the master cylinder to your preference. When mounting, apply some thread locker to the clamp screw if it is already worn. Check the proper function of the lever blade and the adjustment mechanism. Finally, check the function of the lever blade and the entire brake system. Warning: as the brake system is a safety critical component, the procedure should only be carried out by trained personnel in professional workshops.